Imba is going to be able to get a bit more confidence boost there, or will Excration finally get back to their groove? But looking at game number 1, I don't think a lot of Excration's groove actually returned to them. Not a lot of mojo back.
Okay, but the groove, I think, will be going to be in the form of a Claude, Gushan, or a Lemord. But looks like Alice and Lemord will be out of picture. So SNC, they will have to pick their poison. Do they want to play against a Gushan or a Claude?
If they ban Claude, 100% Zapdos is going to be on that Gushan.
Yeah.
They ban Gushan, 100% Zapdos is going to be on that Claude, but they do ban that Claude.
The poison has been selected. Who will it be for Zapnu?
It's going to depend though. But
Oh, this one's is an okay pick, but they run the risk of giving the 2 picks to SNC. They might just go and proceed, get the Gushan as well as the... Who's the other?
They could either go for Kaya. They could go for Akai as well. Just make sure that they secure one of the playmakers here.
Yeah, I think Excration is also banking on the fact that SNC isn't well known on using a Gushan, as we just saw. They hovered over it. Oh, they're passing it over to Haji.
So immediately the playmaking potential can be stolen here by Excration. So Akai is going to be picked up. They don't need Kaya. They really don't need Kaya here.
Yeah, you don't want to drag a Harley in the middle of your teammates.
That's going to be the call here, though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they could go for another Hellcurt pick, maybe.
They can also go. They can also opt to starve out SNC from the tank options by just going and proceeding to pick the Kaya and the Akai. Thomas.
Okay, so Dexter is gonna have to pick up Akai there. That's already a lot of tanks on the side of Excration, and they don't need any more tanks.
But the opposite is happening to Excration. They're slowly running out of options when it comes to damage. SNC, they have already secured that. Harley and Gushan, one of the are good damage dealing options here. And of course, the Akai gets picked up. It should be a carry hero here, and that's a carry.
A carry, once again. It's starting to look good here for the SXC Imba. Excration, they are going to have to go for Kakura here. They're going to have to go for Hellcurt here.
They can go for the Lancelot.
They can also go for the Lancelot. Zapnu Lancelot, one more burst damage, and that's going to be the Kagura. Now, SXC Imba, the only option that they have here is a Lolita. The only viable option that they have.
Actually, they actually favor the Lolita a lot. And it's going to be high loss again.
Because
it's usually Bonchan using the Lolita, and Bonchan isn't playing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that explains a lot.
But that high loss is going to synergize well with that Gushan and that carry.
Yeah, a lot of mobility, like we saw in a previous game. That high loss dictated a lot of the team fights results. And it will be interesting how Zapnu will be approaching a death ball like this from SNC.
Man, this might be a close fight. If Excration plays this well, they should be able to force it into a Game 3. If they play it well.
Yeah, but it will be really hard. But Zapnu managed to get his signature Lancelot. Did they swap out a Lancelot from Zapnu or no?
No, they didn't. They made sure that Zapnu is going to be on that Lancelot.
Yeah, it's match point for them. It's crucial. If they lose this series, it's over for them in this match. But they're still going to advance into the playoffs. But they do run the risk of dropping to the lower bracket.
And going to the lower bracket again, that might be history repeating itself.
Yeah, it's going to be really bad. The playoffs in the lower bracket in the playoffs, they will be starting out on best of ones. Not a really good time. And of course, in speaking of the playoffs, it's going to be on January 12 to 13, 2019 at the Activity Center, Ayala Mall Circuit Lane. So do mark those dates in your calendars, in your alarms, in your reminders, everywhere. And we're now in the match.
This is do or die. If Excration does not perform well here, they, just like what you said, they may go down to lower brackets. This may be a repeat of Season 1. And that's something that they don't want to happen again, because all their confidence were shunned right out the window because of that.
Yeah, and losing to a team on the caliber of SNC is actually not that bad. SNC just looking to be one of the up-and-coming promising teams, and they just showed us just that in the game number 1. And both teams just opting to just clear their own jungle monsters from now, and looks like they are just focused into getting to level 4 over the other.
Yeah, I mean, the first team to go to level 4 is the first team that we'll see playing aggressive here. And they're maximizing what they can, going for the jungle lane, going for the minion lanes, going for the crabs as well.
Yeah, and that's one. Each crab gold will be going to each team. So no steals so far. No ballsy plays so far, and Zapni will be getting that crab gold. Looks like they want to focus all the farm to him.
Yeah, because if Lancelot goes online, he'll be able to burst everybody down. Speaking of burst, though, he's going in for the kill here, but he's getting counter-initiated here. And Zapdos dropping dangerously low, and that's going to be the first blood onto SXC Imba, but there is going to be a counter-initiate here by Excration. Nice stun connecting onto Kagura, but Honda dropping dangerously low is being chased by Dian, and Dian is unable to secure the kill as well. That's a messy counter-initiate by Excration, and Pakbet's going to go down. That's going to be a triple kill immediately onto Haji.
Excration fumbling right off the bat. This looks really bad for them, and they will be starting out at 2 steps back on their back foot. Zapnu also falling in that team fight. This could be the end right at the beginning.
Gushan getting the early 3 kills ensures him that he'll be able to go to his first core item immediately, and that's going to be a huge advantage for SXC Imba.
Gets caught out again into the turtle, but looks like they just want to zone him out. Turtle secured for SNC Imbalance. It's already around 1,000 net worth difference. SNC Imbalance looking very hot right now.
They really are. That game 1 victory is going to keep pushing the momentum here onto the side of SXC Imba. Excration, though, they just need to play it defensively here at this point. If they overcommit in any initiates or any counter initiates, they're gonna lose without a shadow of a doubt, because 1, they're not online yet. Lancelot is not online yet. Speaking of Lancelot, Zapdos dropping dangerously low on HP there, and he gets picked off once again. Not 3 minutes in, there's already a mega kill on that Gushan.
And Lard just narrowly escaping death there, but the highlight there is Zapnu dying 2 times in a row already, and that could spell really bad for him as he will be having a very slow start. Pakbet also falls. That's one of their core heroes there. Excration, they're falling apart.
At least that's a light at the end of the tunnel here for Excration, securing a kill onto Archie, but to what extent?
Yeah, Archie's already far ahead when it comes to this early. They still have Haji on that Gushan. Already 5-0 and 0. A scary looking Gushan so far in this game.
Really scary. 5-0. Not something that you want to face off against.
Excration, I think they're already regretting giving away that Gushan pick. Remember, they favored the Cho. They favored Dian's Cho as the first pick. This is looking really bad for Excration.
Here are some things that you have to consider when you're going to pick up Cho. 1, if you go for the Wave the Dragon, will you have another follow-up CC? The answer for that is Lord. 2, if you're able to go for the Jeet Kundo, if they get knocked up, will there be AoE damage? The answer for that is going to be
Kagura
and Thamos. But the problem is, they're getting picked off.
Yeah, and this lineup looks to be similar to the one White Rascals drafted in their last game in series number 1, where the synergy is there, but it's totally dependent on each other. One combo not going through will actually make you crumble in these team fights. The Gushan pick just making the difference here and giving SNC the advantage. A
bit of a big rotation here from both of these teams. Excration going to try to go for kills here. They do get the pull onto Ged, and that's going to be the first blood. Glorious Pathway is going to be triggered here, and a lot of mobility coming in onto the side of SXC Imba, and Dian is going to drop dangerously low as well, and he gets taken out. That is a 1-4-2-3 here in favor of SXC Imba. Haji, though, dropping dangerously low because of Jeff Cutie forever, but they're going to be forced back here. There's nothing else that they can do here, Excration and SXC Imba. They're just instead going to go for the turtle instead.
Yeah, Dexter was attempting to set up a screen there while his teammates were taking the turtle. It looks like they will be backing up slightly for now. But the highlight, once again, Zapnu falling for the 3rd time in a row. And here he goes Pakbet. He wants to go for the Archie there, but the damage is not enough.
No Yin Yang overturns. Not a lot of damage here.
Yeah, they need to continue ramping up and get their key items. Right now, Excration not really looking good when it comes to their farm, but looks like this will be a turtle for them. SNC just a little bit too late. Dexter goes down for the glorious path as SNC will be running around in that empty turtle pit.
The Lord's going to be spawning on the bottom side here, and SXC Imba is going to opt to go for the turret push in the bottom lane with that carry. They need to open up the bottom jungle here so that they can have a lot of real estate against Excration.
Yeah, the spot where the Lord spawns usually dictates where the teams would prefer to push out the turrets. But Excration, they're not in a position to decide that yet. They still have a lot of catching up to do. They will be prioritizing farms before taking down turrets, which is actually pretty bad for them. They're playing in the back foot, and Haji gets caught out. Nice pull from Lord. That ends the streak. Oh, and Dian, will he be taken down here? And yes, Archie gets up that kill. And Archie is up 2-1 and 3 on the standings.
That is going to be a problem because sure they do take down Haji, but Archie's able to get 3 assists and 2 kills.
Yeah, this is the dilemma Excration is facing right now. They have to check both of these players. In the meantime, keeping a lookout on that Hylos, Akai, and Harley. This is surely to be one tough mission for Excration. I'm starting to doubt if Excration will win game number 2.
There's still a possibility Excration is going to win it. The only thing that they need to do is to make sure that their communication and teamwork is on point. Their combos are good on paper.
Oh, but here comes SNC. They are being very aggressive here. Dian, he'll be dropping a slight amount of HP, but the turret will be taken by SNC. A few more hits. Honda jumps out of the safety, gets pulled, but Righteous. Glorious Path.
Glorious Path is going to be triggered here, and he did get pulled, so there is no fear of a Divine Judgment there, but Dexter is going to be the sacrificial lamb here, while the rest of the SXC Imba is actually going to reposition here.
Yeah, Haji is near the Lord.
Look at the burst damage
before the Lord! And Haji just having that burst. And the Lord not going to be taken yet anytime soon, since both teams will be looking to regroup.
They don't have any CCs available just yet. All the ultimates are still on cooldown, so it makes sense that they're not going to go for the Lord Her. Instead, they're going to secure the top lane because they know that it's going to drop dangerously low now.
It's actually only a few more hits from Hero, but we're seeing three players from SNC Imbalance just eyeing that top turret. Jeff Curie will be trying to respond and defend, but he will be meeting these 2 players, and there's the initiate. Jeff Curie will be falling down to the Gusion Burst, and that's another kill going towards SNC Imbalance. It's only 2 key difference at this point, but if Excration continues to make some sloppy plays here, they might just lose on the spot.
This is Excration playing recklessly here, just going all willy-nilly, looking for kills and not really eyeing out objectives. They're face-checking every bush, and they're paying the price for it.
Yeah, and SNC Imbalance, you have to give credit. They've been on point on predicting the movements of Excration. The trap setups in the bushes have been really paying off for them, and here we're seeing another one, but they won't be finding any Excration players here, and this looks like to be a pushed bottom lane for SNC. All of Excration is just focusing on the middle part of the map. There are a lot of space being created by Harley here.
The middle turret's going to fall down, but the rotation is going to be real here for SXC Imba. They might as well just catch DN off guard here and try to shut him down, but not a lot of damage coming in. That Hurricane Dance is going to be committed as well. That Glorious Path is going to be committed as well here in favor of SXC Imba, but they're pushing Excration back, not really securing the kills here. SXC Imba finally gets the kill onto DN. Dexter dropping dangerously low. That's 1 tank. No, he actually survives here. Jeff Cutie Forever is dangerously low here. The turret is going to fall down as well. That's going to be a double kill, a triple kill onto Ged. This is going to be another tier 2 turret down.
Yeah, 3 heroes fall for Excration, and they also lose 2 turrets in a row in the middle lane. This is starting to look really bad for Excration, as their timing window, the opportunity to take this game away from their opponent, is closing really fast.
It really is, and SXC Imba is just going online faster than Excration, and this, in all honesty, might be it. It's just a matter of time before SXC Imba closes it out.
Yeah, and this loss for Excration, when they know that they gave Zapnu his Lanza and they still lost despite it, will be a huge blow towards their confidence. And now the Lord is spawning and marching down in the middle lane, as SNC will be scrambling to the other lanes as they push out all 3 lanes and maintain the pressure on all sides. Honda will be getting into position here. Zapnu will be the first one to see him, but no commitments yet. Here comes Honda going for the jump, just face checking there.
And that's going to be the Hurricane that's committed defensively. So that's a small window of opening here.
Yeah, that's a really small one, but they still have other options there. Haji can simply just dive in and go for a burst, backed up by Ged's poker tricks and deadly magic. Dexter can also just lay down the glorious path, and the carry can just go in, spin his light wheels, and here we go. This is what I'm saying here right now, but SNC takes a slight back step here. Here comes Dexter, charging forward, taking the last hits, and Dian is isolated far in the deep, but Zapnu just racking up the kills for now. Dian goes for a retreat, space escape, Gets goes for a chase. There's no deadly magic, so the Cho survives for now. Dexter goes for a retreat, dropping low. Jeff Curie, he's only going to fall to the hands of Ged. 4 heroes alive for SNC. There's only a few more for Excration. They will be going for the defense. So on this dropping low. There goes a dive. There goes the retaliation. SNC is going to be chased out from the base as Honda falls. Archie, will he be following? Looks like they will go for a retreat for now.
Good defensive effort here by Excration. But 2 turrets down. That's going to be a huge climb here for Excration to bounce back. They need to start shoving the lanes. They need to secure the next Lord. They need to get a team wipe. 2 team wipes against SXC Imba. They need to work on the respawn timers here in order for them to take the advantage.
And also 8,000 net worth difference at this point. This is Excration just starting their uphill battle, and that hill is a very steep hill. It almost looks like a wall already.
It's like the Great Wall of Mobile Legends, which is SXC Imba. The Great Wall of Imba. There you go.
In Imba, it is the balance tipping towards heavily to the favor of SNC. Excration, they're just salvaging for scraps as they want to turn this around at the given opportunity here. Zapnus on the bottom lane, just scouting out for opponents there. Kind of dangerous, but he can easily just dash out into safety, but that's a wasted dash.
Here's the thing though. If Excration went in for the kill in the bottom lane, they would have been able to secure it.
Yeah, but they're leaving. They need to pay attention also to the top lane. We're seeing the carry and the Hylos just putting the pressure over there. So Excration, they have to pay attention to all sides of their base. There's only 1 turret remaining standing, and that's at the top lane. So their base is like a cracked open eggshell at this point. And SNC Imba, so just looking to exploit that. They can also opt to wait for the Lord here.
Yeah, they're going to wait for the Lord here just so that they can ensure that they will be able to get the victory. That's the only way that I can see this. But if Excration oversteps their boundaries, overcommits to an initiate, or even plays greedy, SXC Imba doesn't even need the Lord.
Yeah, Excration not in a position to play greedily or overextend, but they run the risk of being the lower leveled heroes. They run the risk of SNC just trampling all over them and just going for lethal.
Yeah, lethal is going to be really expected here by SXC Imba. Just a matter of time, really. And the Lord has respawned. SXC Imba is going to go for it.
Yeah, Excration, they have to contest this if they want the chance to stay in the game, and that's what they are doing right now. 4 of them marching towards Dian has went there ahead, and he might be. Looks like this will be a close Lord fight actually, as Excration is starting to invade. The pull is on Haji, and Haji will be going out into safety. Ged will be dropping low. Archie will be picking up Zapnu, but Pacbet with a revenge kill on Ged, but not too late as Lord also falls, and Pacbet on the run. He has no escapes remaining. 2 players left for Excration, as there's all still 3 members of SNC still alive. They will be picking off Dian, and Jeff Curie here is still looking pretty close in this team fight actually. And there will be the respawn on Dian. He will be running to the opposite direction, but he gets pinned by the light wheel. Jeff Curie hides in the bush. Dexter only with a meager amounts of HP. He will be respawning as well on the spot in that lane. That Jeff Curie will be falling down. Double kill for Archie. And Honda and Haji will be looking to seal the deal. That's a wipeout on Excration. SNC 2-0 win.
That is a clean 2-0 victory by SXC Imba. Excration. This is not the Excration we know. This is not the Excration that the fans